Hi, hello, and welcome to a new episode of Release. I'm so honored and grateful that you've taken the time to listen to what I have to say. I'm your host, Adriana. I know it's not release day. I am still gonna post an episode next Friday, but I woke up this morning. I've been waking up the last few mornings feeling this sort of energy, this weird sort of energy. Actually, the past few weeks, I've been saying over and over that there is some sort of change coming. There's a shift. There are cycles coming to completion. And I don't know. I don't know where I got that idea from. It's just been kind of the way that I've been able to articulate my feelings. And we just had, so we're currently in, I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology, just a little bit, or at least the moon. I'm talking about Mercury too. So, okay. So we're currently in a Mercury retrograde. And retrograde is supposed to be like, or it's the planet appearing to go backwards in its elliptical cycle around the sun. It doesn't actually go back. It just appears that way in the sky. And retrogrades are a time of transformation. They're a time to kind of reevaluate where your life is currently at, and then kind of seeking out ways to change it. Seeking out ways to use this kind of time of introspection to, use retrograde time as a time to see your hindrances, and then once things are quote unquote back on track, then you can begin to put those plans into effect, right? You must first notice a problem before you can fix it. So that's one thing already. And it is also eclipse season, and we just had a beautiful lunar eclipse. And it's the same idea. Eclipses are about transformation and healing and reevaluating your life. And then we just had a full moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio is the sign of transformation. Scorpio is a water sign, transforming through your emotions, understanding what you have allowed to happen, and figuring out ways to change that. So there's a lot of astrological transformational energies happening right now. And of course, I was aware of that, but even before I had even really processed that, months ago, if you ask my best friends, they'll say, she's been saying things about rebirth and transformation for so long, and she keeps saying it. Yeah. Also, this episode, I didn't say this at the beginning, but this episode is going to be a little bit different. I mean, obviously different because it's not on the day that it's supposed to be released, but different because I am trying my best to follow my intuition. I'm trying to follow my gut feeling. So when my gut says go, I just do it. And before, I haven't really been, or when I first started feeling this way, or when I feel a certain strong energy, or I feel really passionate about something, and I want to talk about it on the podcast. I'm like, okay, release is supposed to be out next week, whatever date's supposed to be out. I need to remember to talk about this thing. But then when the episode comes around, and when I get an inkling for what I'm supposed to talk about on the episodes, literally every week I talk about how I have a story attached to the titles. So when I get that inkling and I write my episode, I completely forget about what I currently wanted to talk about. And I feel that maybe I'm going to start doing little episodes like this just randomly if I feel a certain way, because I want this podcast to be a place where I can help people to articulate their feelings, help people to possibly understand their energies, reassure them that they're not going crazy. And if I'm feeling this energy so strongly, it must mean that other people are feeling it. And if I wait until a week from now, 4 days from now, even 1 day from now, the person that really, really, really needed to hear it in that moment, they're not gonna hear it when they need it. And I feel like it's important for me to just move as I'm called. So this week I wanted to talk about divine timing. Another thing about retrograde is that it puts plans on hold. Things in your life probably aren't going right now. A lot of shit may be hitting the fan, and I'm sorry, I feel it. It's currently hitting the fan for me too. And I've been trying to tell myself, listen to divine timing, Adriana. Listen to divine timing. Listen. And I still try to make shit work on my own, and it just falls flat on its face. I actually have a few, I guess, stories of how divine timing has been sort of, showing me in my face, like, you don't control this shit. You have never controlled this shit. And if you continue to act like you do, shit is not gonna, you're just gonna prolong what needs to be done. So, this past weekend, I was supposed to hang out with my friend. And he lives like a little bit under an hour outside of Ottawa, and he was supposed to pick me up, and we were supposed to go to his house, chill for the day, enjoy our day, whatever. And we were supposed to do that on Friday. Okay. On Thursday night, I called him and I told him, I was like, I know that because he had music coming out on Friday, and he had just had a photo shoot on Thursday. When I called him, it was close to midnight. He was like, oh, I just finished my photo shoot. And I told him, I was like, I understand that you have music coming out tomorrow, and I know that your friends may want to party, your friends may want to celebrate, you may want to celebrate, you may have things planned. He said, no, I don't have anything planned, let's do tomorrow. I said, are you sure? He said, yes, we can do tomorrow. I said, okay, bet. So I asked him what time he wants to do. He said the earlier the better, so we can have like the full day. I said great. Friday morning comes. I have been having a lot of issues with sleep. I haven't really been sleeping well. I just wake up multiple times in the night, and I wake up really early in the morning, and I can't go back to sleep. So I've been awake since maybe, that morning. Was it Friday morning? Anyway, that morning, I remember waking up really early, and I did my morning routine. I ate breakfast, blah, 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 whatever. And he said, okay, let's do between 9 and 10. He calls me and he's like, I'm getting ready. I'm in town. I just have to go see my brother. And his brother lives 5 minutes by car away from me. I'm like, okay, whatever. Take your time. It's your brother. I'm not going to rush you. Like, it's still early in the morning. I get ready. I'm like, okay, time is going by, whatever. Days moving on. It's probably like 1 p.m. and I'm dressed and waiting for this man. I don't get a call, nothing. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I was getting tired because, again, I hadn't slept all night. So I call him and I'm like, can you please let me know what's up? The issue is not that I need to hang out with him. That's not the issue. The issue is that we had made plans to dedicate this day. I was dedicating my day to you. Maybe I had other things that I wanted to do. So whatever. He said that he was busy and that he would call me back. I was like, okay, whatever. I go to bed. I'm like, clearly my day is kind of shot. My mood is shot. I take a nap. I wake up. I go on a walk. I come back. Whatever. The nighttime comes and he's explaining to me all the shit that happened during his day. And I'm like, okay, all this shit happened during your day and you can pick up your phone? He's like, I understand. Communication issue, blah, blah, blah. Cool. On Saturday, he said, let's do Sunday. Obviously, I'm not gonna trust that he's gonna come through with the plans, but I said, you know, we'll see how I feel. He's like, I know you don't want to see me, but I want to make it up to you. I'm like, we'll see how I feel. So on Saturday, I'm chilling. I wake up at like 4 a.m. and I go outside. I drink some tea. I'm meditating. I listen to music. Before 11 a.m., I've done like 3 loads of laundry, done all this shit, made breakfast, blah, 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 whatever. So in the evening, I go on a walk, and I go on this walk, and the sun felt really, really good. The weekend had already, as you can guess, had been a little bit, my mood was a little bit, but I went on this walk, and I just started to feel like this happiness and this feeling of feeling lighter. And I wrote down, I was like, okay, I am ready to let go of the pain or the specifics. Sorry if you hear like sliding in the background. I want to get the rain in for like ambiance, but it keeps blowing in and getting my feet wet, so I'm sort of like opening and closing it when the rain holds up a little bit. Anyway, I'm like, I let go of this person, I let go of this situation. I'm ready to feel love. Like I've been working on my own self-love, and I'm ready to give somebody else the opportunity to love me, right? And then Saturday night comes, and I talk to him, and I'm like, listen, Mr. Man, It's really funny because when I talk to men, this is exactly how I talk to them. It's very much like straight up shit. You want to act like a big man? You're gonna get big man talk, simple things. Anyway, anyway, so I told him, I was like, if you make another promise for us to hang out on Sunday and it falls through, I said I'm gut. And he's like, don't even say it because it's not gonna happen. I'm like, okay, but I'm letting you know, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be upset. And the only reason why I even decided to listen to him is because on Friday he had planned. He was like, yeah, I bought all the things for us to cook, like blah blah blah. Like I really was planning for us to hang out on Friday, but my friends and shit and blah blah blah, whatever. So Sunday comes around and he comes to get me at like 12 midday, and we spend the day together, and it was a great day. We cooked, and we hung out, we watched a little show, took a nap, whatever. And you're probably like, Adriana, why are you telling me this long ass irrelevant ass story? It has nothing to do with divine timing, but it does, because this friend of mine, he has been offering me a sort of relationship, not even relationship. It's like a path of love, and it's not necessarily romantic or platonic. It's like an all-encompassing energy. It's like, allow me to love you as you are, without expectations, without worrying about the future. And yeah, because I just had to trust that Sunday was the day that we were supposed to hang out and not Friday. It's simple. Sunday was the day we were supposed to hang out and not Friday. It's just I was trying to control. I was trying to keep my ducks in a row, without understanding that there is no row and there are no ducks. It's just simply all the ducks are everywhere, and you have to be able to decipher a pattern within those ducks. Simple shit. Yeah. And then today is Tuesday, so yesterday I saw that, on top of the abortion laws in the U.S., the Supreme Court just passed a law about how perpetrators, rapists, I'm not going to give them pretty names, rapists are allowed to, if they can prove that they were too intoxicated while this assault was happening, then they may be able to plead not guilty. And I had just woken up when I saw that shit, and it ruined my fucking day. It ruined my day, because as someone who, a lot of women, 99% of women have been assaulted, raped, and this includes like non-consensual harassment, etc., etc., etc. And as a woman who knows that this shit is happening daily, this shit is happening all the time, and men already get away with it, and now the law is saying, yeah, basically we can't really say that they did anything, because like it's like an automatic like reaction. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you actually fucking kidding me? Because My automatic reaction when I'm drunk is not to fuck somebody without their consent. My automatic response, if I'm a drunk person, my automatic response is, maybe I should go somewhere and rest. Maybe I should drink some water and sober up. Y'all want to put your dicks in people's... I'm sorry, not only men are not the only ones that assault people, but you want to experience a sexual encounter with somebody so badly, you can't wait until you remember it. Like, you can't wait until you're coherent enough to remember the shit that's going on. And I know that these are men making these rules, which irritates me even fucking more, because these people don't know what it's like to, first of all, go through the trauma of assault or rape. So first of all, you have to go through that trauma, and then you have to process that shit. And then now, after you've started processing how someone has violated your being, done things to you without your consent, you go to the justice system. You go to the law and you say to the law, I have been violated. And I trust you to be able to give this person what you believe that they deserve. Please. They have hurt me, and I believe that this wrong should be corrected. And then this judge looks at you and says, well, this person may have raped you and traumatized you, and you're probably gonna be affected by this for the rest of your life. But, like, they were drunk, so it was just an automatic response, and we kind of can't do anything about it because they were drunk. Men are fucking evil. People that do shit like this are fucking evil. But, I digress. I am clearly passionate about this topic, but I digress. So that happened on Monday, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. Because not only are you telling these people that hurt other people that it's okay to do this shit and get away with it, but you're telling them that it's okay to keep doing it to other people because they're going to keep getting away with it. Sorry, I got a little bit emotional. As I told you, I was crying all day yesterday. But as someone who has had to go through all of those emotions and not go forward with my with any kind of claims or any kind of court anything, I sort of let it be kind of thing, I can imagine the added trauma that it would put on someone to have to go through a legal process. There are already so many assaults and rapes that the men already go free for. They're already, because people are telling these victims, these traumatized people, to prove that they have been raped. Let's do a kit right after this shit has happened. No, fuck no. But yeah. So again, you're probably asking, what the fuck does that have to do with divine timing? But it made me realize that the wounds, the transformation energy, the Scorpio, the Mercury, like, they're all building up. Like, I have to forgive or at least I have to reevaluate how I have dealt with these wounds. And maybe this could be helpful for you. And this time you look at if there's a lot of things coming up, like there's thoughts coming up of past pain, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore it, like I've healed it, whatever. You will know when you've healed something. You don't have to convince yourself of anything that you already know. And for me, a very big wound was, or is, that I have to go back to and try to close, if not close the chapter, kind of close a few pages of the chapter, is understanding how people hurting me has nothing to do with who I am or what I am willing to give or how much I love or how I look or whatever. It has to do with them, their reality, and how they perceive things and how they approach situations. And of course, I already knew this, but so really, when you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and your only conclusion can be, maybe they're just a horrible person. Like, no one is a horrible person. But it's so hard to validate the feelings of someone that has hurt you while also validating your own feelings and trying to find a balance within that. And this time is also about balance, being able to fight through the pain, but also to know when to step back and breathe and look at life for the beautiful thing that it is, and sort of trying not to ignore your pain, but also trying not to always be thinking about your pain, because your body doesn't know that you're not re-experiencing that pain. And every time you think about and overthink about that shitty thing that someone did to you, and you start to cry and you feel like it has just happened, your body is like, oh, this shit's happening to us again? Oh my God, okay. And it's like you are like you're putting yourself through this pain over and over and over again. It's tiring. Healing is very tiring. It is a lifelong journey, but it is very tiring. So yeah, that's my Monday. And then this morning there's some sort of work issue. So currently my work life is, I have a job, and earlier in the year I fell and I hurt my wrist. I talked about it on a few episodes back, but I hurt my wrist and my shoulder. So my job involved my hands, as a lot of jobs do. It involves my hands, it involves typing, it involves lifting, reaching for things. So my right hand was basically out of commission. So at the time, I told my manager that I'm ill, and my doctor says I need 6 weeks to fully heal. No medication, just fight through the pain. Take Advil, suck it up, kind of thing. He obviously didn't say that, but that was kind of a vibe. Like, this pain, we can only wait until it resets. So you just gotta wait. So at the time, my manager and she would call me and ask if I'm able to work, if I'm in pain. And she kind of stopped putting me on the schedule, because like exams were coming up, and I was like, okay, one day I'm in pain and the next day I have an exam. So it's sort of like, you can't really put me on the schedule this week because I have so much shit to do. But she's like, okay, I'll call you on this day. I will figure it out for next week. I'm like, great. So I think I hurt myself in February, March, April, May. It's been 3 months, and I can't remember the last time I set foot into the store. Because I found out from somebody else that doesn't even work at the fucking store anymore. Somebody else that doesn't even work for the company anymore, that she left her job. She left her job. Now there is a new manager, and that new manager has not, like I'm on the schedule as an employed person. I'm an employee of the store, and there's been no contact. There's been nothing. I already don't want to work there. So I've just been like, okay, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna go talk to the new manager. But again, what do you say to someone who doesn't know you? I don't even know if she has me as employed there or not. Like, how do you approach a situation like that? But anyway, I already don't want to work. Okay. February, I was supposed to apply to a store that my friend just started working at. And she told me, she was like, my manager wants new employees, drop your resume. I'm like, okay, great. Send her my resume. It was like 2 days after I hurt myself. I told her, I was like, I just hurt myself. Give me some time. Whatever. I need 6 weeks. She's like, okay, call me in 6 weeks and we'll see what we can do. 6 weeks goes by. I'm still not feeling better, but I'm like, okay, I've kind of been out of commission. Like, my parents have been driving me crazy, calling me lazy because I'm not working, blah, 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 whatever. So I call her and I'm like, hi, I'm not fully well yet, but I just wanted to know if, you can, like, if the job is still open. She's like, no, it's not. We filled the position. Okay, whatever. That's cool. Whatever. And then recently I went to go see my friend at work. She was finishing. She's like, bring your resume. I bring my resume. I talked to the manager. She's like, okay, I can get back to you a week. Like next week. I said, okay, great. Keep in mind that before the second resume handing in, I told my friend, I said to her, I was like, I don't think this place is for me. I don't think that it's gonna work out. I just don't get a good vibe. There's a reason why this shit, divine timing, there's a reason why this shit has aligned so perfectly. I don't think it's for me. And she was saying how, like, a job is a job, money is money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I get that. I completely agree with you. But I yearn. I would die if I could be allowed a space where I can bloom in my creativity. I'm so tired of working minimum wage jobs for people to treat me like shit. Like, I just want to be able, like, I feel like I have so much to give the world. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that feel like minimum wage jobs just aren't cutting. Like, I have so much to give the world. I want to help people. I want to help people right now. I don't want to wait until whatever years from now. I want to help them right now. And it's so frustrating because it's obviously being put, like, it's obviously being delayed. But anyway, so my friend, because this manager emailed me yesterday morning, and I didn't get the email. So I'm like, I didn't get the email. And my friend's like, oh, email her back, blah, 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 whatever. So she emails me. Yesterday was already not a good day to begin with. I told my friend she's supposed to finish work at, I think, 3. I told her, I was like, we're supposed to hang out after. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to come. I feel really tired and nauseous. I'm going to go to bed. She's like, okay. I take a nap. I wake up and I see that the manager had called me. When I saw the call, I saw that it was an 819 number. It's a Gatineau number. I'm like, who the fuck from Gatineau is calling me? I checked the voicemail, and it's like, it was in the night when I checked the voicemail, and it was her saying that I could call her back. And the place closes at 5. The way that my old manager was, I literally texted her one time, and I was like, I forgot to clock out, just letting you know. And this girl put in the WhatsApp message just talking about how it's unprofessional to text your boss after hours, especially when they're on their day off. You can put it in the WhatsApp or wait until the next day and call the store. I was like, okay, bet. So I was like, even though the manager called me from her cell number, excuse me, I was like, I can't just, like, I don't want to just call her. Like, I don't know this woman. I'm trying my best to have, like, a professional approach. So, this morning, I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until the store opens, right? Because I was a week early. Excuse me, I've been sneezing a lot. I'm very cold. But anyway, I email her. Oh, no. I call her after the store opens. No. It was even before the store opens. Store opens at 11. I thought it opened at 10, and I called her at 10 something. I'm like, oh, hi, it's Adriana, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm like, oh, I missed your call yesterday. And she's like, actually, we decided to go in a different direction with hiring. And I was like, okay. I don't know why the fuck I was trying to force it, because from months ago, I already knew that it wasn't going to go out. And now, or it wasn't going to go through. And now that it hasn't happened, for some reason, I'm upset. Like, I didn't already, like, my intuition hadn't already told me to stop going after that shit. But anyway, that is, yeah, no. All of that to say that divine timing has dominion over our existence. Divine timing rules it all. Like, if I had to go through every single instance of divine timing in my life, like, now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, my birth was divinely aligned in such a way. My name divinely aligned in such a, like, there's just so much. And of course I'm grateful for because again, remember, like, time in our earth realm is not the same as celestial time. It functions differently. We are constricted by time, right? When you're born, you know, like, as soon as you're born, your clock starts ticking. Like, death is a step that's coming somewhere. You don't know when, but there's an invisible tick, tick, tick in the back of your head. But with celestial time, it's more like it will flow when it's ready, regardless of the situations that you're going through, regardless of what you expect life to look like or what you expect life to be like. It won't change, it won't shift until the universe decides that it's time to shift. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about the current things I'm struggling with, or less struggling with and more trying to understand. trying to see how I can use this time of delays and frustration as a way to kind of guide myself and hopefully align myself with divine timing. So I have my tarot cards here. I've never done this before, but I thought maybe I would do it. So I'll just do a quick shuffle. Maybe I should have used my oracle cards, but they are far and I am lazy. So we are just going to do a quick card pull. I'm just going to do one card. And okay. So funny because the card that came out is the Empress. And again, with our divine timing, I was just listening to another podcast. I'm like 10 minutes into the episode and I paused to record this, but the Empress was the title of the episode that just passed. Or the episode that I was just listening to. So the Empress is she's the divine mother. She's the divine feminine. She's the nurturer. So right now, this transformation, this transformative energy is calling you to nurture yourself. Imagine yourself as a child. When your emotions come up, when a child comes to you crying, I know a lot of parents tell their kids to shut up and stop crying, but that's not the way that you approach emotions. You go to the child, or the child comes to you and you're like, what's wrong? Let them articulate their emotion. Give them that safe space to be able to express and understand their emotions. And then we work on a way to, if it's, again, no emotion is negative or positive, but if they're feeling something that makes them feel a little bit sad, then we work on how to see how to transform that energy. So I guess that's the message, or the way that I'm going to end this episode. Tap into your Empress energy. Do some self-care, please. That would be great. Drink lots of water. Again, this doesn't only apply to people that identify as female. We all have our masculine and feminine energies in us. So if you are a man or someone that identifies as a man, you still have the feminine energy and you can still pamper yourself. Remember that life is a journey and you only have one body, one self for this journey. So you are responsible for keeping your body in tune. You're responsible for trying to keep your emotions in tune. You're responsible for keeping yourself aligned. Because it's only with alignment that you can begin to understand divine timing. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say. Thank you for listening to this episode. I know it was a bit of a surprise, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Have a great week, and I will talk to you guys on release day. Bye.